Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today in math, we are going to compare and order decimals. Miss Baby, when you think about decimals, what do you think about? I think about one of my favorite things.
Money.
Money. I like money. Do y'all like money? Money's good.
I like money.
All right, so we're going to think about money. I'm writing green because that's money's green. I like that green. All right, now, when we think about money, but, Miss Bowman, that's not money. 5 and 618 thousandths. Money's not thousands.
No, we don't go that far. We have tenths and hundredths, but not thousandths. We got to get rid of the thousandths, Mrs. Lamont.
Oh, I think we do. We got to get rid of it. So how do I get rid of it?
We got to round.
Ah, we do have to round. Oh,
Round.
So I have to use my rounding strategies, and you should remember those from last year. So if I need to round to the hundredth place, because that's where money stops, I have to think, what am I doing? So I go to my place, I find my place, I look to my back door neighbor, and he's going to tell me what to do. My back door neighbor is an 8, and I know
5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest.
exactly. So I have to raise the score, but what's that mean? To raise the score, whoop, whoop, raise the roof, whoop, whoop, raise the roof. Is that what we're doing?
No, I think the hundredths needs to go up a number.
Oh, it needs to go up a number. So it would be
Yes.
5 and, because and's my decimal, 62 hundredths. Yes? Okay, now we've got to take the next one to the hundredths, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
My neighbor next door
I have to go next door to my back door neighbor because they're the best.
is saying 4 or less, let it rest.
So if I let it rest, what does that mean? Like let it sleep?
Leave it alone.
Oh, I have to leave it alone?
Leave it alone.
Okay, so I keep it at 5 and 60 hundredths.
You're pretty
Now,
good. Mm-hmm.
which is greater? How do I figure out which one's greater? What do I have to do?
Well, Mrs. Lamont, $5.62, or do you want $5.60?
I want $5.62 because it's more. Do you know how I know it's more?
How do you know it's more?
Because I compared both of these 5s are the same.
Same, I agree.
6 and 6 is the same, so they both have 6 tenths. And then 2 is more than 0, so I know that $5.62 is more than $5.60.
Nice strategy. I like how you went from the greatest dollar place here, then you went to your tenths and noticed they were the same.
Yeah,
And then went to the hundredths and noticed that there was a difference and chose the greater one to be. I like that. Very nicely done.
Ooh, whoa, look at these next problems.
Oh, don't get scared. It's fine. It's fine. We do
Are
it the
you
same
sure?
way. Same way.
We
Same
do?
way. Yes, we can do the same way.
So what do I have to do? Because I've got these numbers right here. And I have to do, oh, I know what you have to do. When you get that thing, you have to use that. They taught us that in the little grades. You got the alligator opens his mouth.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Alligator always eats the bigger one.
He always eats the bigger one, but
in the upper grades, we call that greater than.
oh,
The greater than, less than.
But
Symbol.
can I still think about the
You
alligator?
can still think about that.
But when I speak about it, I should use less than or greater than, shouldn't I?
Please
Because I
do.
shouldn't say that the alligator eats things because, but you know, the greatest gators, chomp, chomp, chomp. All right, let's go to this. Let's look at our steps. I think that's important. We probably should follow these steps that they're talking about. So let's look.
I'm a little taller. Go up a little bit more. Go up a little bit more. I'm taller.
right.
I'm taller than that. Yeah. A little bit more. A little bit more. What? That's perfect.
All right, guys, so let's look at these steps. Okay? Miss Bowman's going to be Vanna White. Y'all know who Vanna White is? Watch Wheel of Fortune if you don't. Here we go. First thing, you're going to line up the digits by the place value and grid. Okay, so I have to line them up by the place value. So I can start.
I like how you have a place there for your work to show your work.
I've got 2,000. I put my comma to show 469 and 13 hundredths. Yes? Okay, but I gotta line up my other number too. It says line up the digits. I gotta line them up. Okay, I have a 2 in the thousandths place. Okay, I'm gonna line it up. Then I have a 4 in my hundredths place, 6 in my tenths place, 9 in my ones place, and then I have 0
In the tenths.
and 5 in my
Hundredths.
Then I got 3 in the thousandths place. How am I going to compare these numbers when I can't line up all the digits? Oh, no.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What do I have to do? I can't do it. What am I going to do?
We got to raise the score, or we got to let it rest. We got to make them.
Are you sure?
They got to look the same.
But look, step 2 says I can add the 0 hero.
They're a 0 hero.
Have you met 0 hero?
No.
You know that when you're doing decimals, if you have a decimal point, I remembered, because
If you add a 0 to the end, it means the same thing.
right, and I've been in 5th grade for a long time. Sometimes I forget. So, but I just remembered.
We just got here. We know.
So we're gonna put our 0 hero in here because we need him to hold the place so that I've got all my digits lined up.
Well, go stick the 0 hero in.
All right, now.
Oh, that looks good. Now I can see that.
Now everybody has a partner. The top number has a partner. Look, with the bottom number. All right, now we got to check the decimals. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, we did that.
They're lined up.
They're lined up. The decimals are lined up. My whole numbers are lined up. I'm good to go. Start with the number on the left and compare. I know my left makes the L. I'm going to start in my thousandths place. The 2's are the same. You know what? When I have numbers that are the same as Bowman, I just mark them out.
Lightly.
Love that. So those are the same.
Well, keep going then.
Then I got 400s and 400s. I can mark those out.
Keep going.
6 tens, I can mark those out. 9 ones, I can mark all of those out.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, look at this. This is where it's going to tell me.
What place will determine which one is greater?
The tenths place
Will
because those are the first ones I come to that are different.
Circle the difference.
So I circled the different one. Now.
And we determined that it was the tenths place.
Right, and in this tenths place, there's a 1, and that place is a 0. I know that 1 is greater than 0, so that means that this top number is going to be greater than, watch this, 2,469 and 130 thousandths is greater than, because my alligator's eating them, he's greater than 2,469 and 53 hundredths.
You know, I liked what you did. I like that you didn't scribble on these.
Well, what if I had to use them again to write my answer?
So like just gently wrote through them. I think that's a good
You know what
strategy.
else you could use? That would be a really good strategy. You could use a highlighter, Miss Bowman. You could take a highlighter and highlight the ones that are the same.
Just the ones that are the same. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think
Good job.
that's a good strategy too. Oh.
What's this star? Star the greatest or least and add the
Inequality sign.
You know, boys and girls, Mrs. Lamont, my boys and girls, this one showed up on one of our big tests last year, right there at the very end and the year before last. The word inequality showed up on one of our assessments, and some of the kids were like confused. They know greater than, less than, or equal to, but They want to know what that equality sign.
Yeah, they want that inequality sign. Inequality sign is it's a fancy word, y'all, for less than, greater than, or equal to. It's going back to the alligators. That's the inequality sign. Less than, greater than, equal to. Those are your inequality signs.
So that's
now,
a vocab word. I like that.
Yeah, now later, I'm going to teach you some other ways rather than less than, greater than, or equal to.
Later.
Okay,
This is good now. This is good. Okay, we got some other comparing on the number line.
So we have to compare the number line. I'm going to move it up just a little bit. Now, when I look at this number line, I've got to write these numbers on the number line, but I'm only going from 3 5/10 to 3 6/10. I'm a little confused.
Well, we first have to think. We got numbers in here. So, how many sections is this divided into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 would give you a whole number. So I know we're going from 3 5/10 all the way to 3 5/6.
Or 3 6/10.
Oh, 3 6/10.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we have to figure out what's going to be after 3 5/10.
Okay, so we've already got these two numbers on our number line. I'm just going to lightly cross through those since we've already used them.
So we need to know where these other ones go. Well, wow. But wait a minute. 3.3 5/10. 3.
But you know what? I just thought about
What's an easy way?
I think that we could add those 0 heroes. Because look, we're going to tenths and we're going to thousands.
Oh, so we need to make them look the same.
We can make them
our zero.
We can make them look the same.
So let's make them look the same. And remember, when we're doing decimals, we can add a 0 onto the end, only onto the end of our decimal.
So then I'm going to make that 3 500,000.
That'll work because 100,000s. Well, should we do this one the same too?
Yeah, I think we've got to do that one the same too.
Because as long as we add our zeros onto the end, we're okay.
Now, we've got to go to 55.
Well, why don't we go ahead and do the 0 too there so my brain can see it? We can always take it away.
I'm just going to go ahead and put those in there because I think that's going to be a little bit easier.
And they all look the same in my brain. And we can go back and leave them off when we're doing the actual work.
Right. Yeah. So let's look at this now. So we have 3 550. Oh.
Well, let's look at this. 550 hundredths, 580 hundredths, 520 hundredths, 565 hundredths.
Miss Bowman, I'm sorry. When you said this is 550,000.
That's right, thousands.
Yeah.
Thank you for catching me.
Thousands. So if we look at this, I was thinking because I was looking at 550, and I know between 500 and 600, 550 is halfway.
Right in the middle.
So if it's halfway, right in the middle, let's go ahead and put it halfway. Can we put it halfway?
I think we go with the one in the middle first. Works for me.
So then we can put...
But only put 55,000. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, so we can do that, okay? And then we know that that's kind of our hero 0.
Love that.
So we can keep that there because it's equivalent. Okay, now, let's see. We got to go to 58. Well, if this is 55... Could we go 56, 57, 58?
Let's do that.
Okay, let's put that one on. So 56, 57. I'm going to go right here and put 58.
Cents.
Got that one. Now we have 52.
Well, if this one is 500 thousandths, or we could say this would be
510,000.
So that next would be?
This one would be 3 520,000. Ooh, we got that one. Now we have to do 3 565.
But wait a minute, this is the tricky one. Well, first of all, let's find 560.
Okay, so 560. Well, if this is 560. Well, I think 560 is going to be right here, Miss Bowman.
I agree.
So I'm going to write that up here because it's really not one that we're looking at, but we kind of need to know where it is.
But isn't 5 in the middle?
Yeah, so 5's in the middle. So if this 560, then this would be 3 and 570,000.
Yes.
So then it would have to be right here because it has to be halfway between.
So
it would be 3 and 565 thousandths, because if I have 3 and 560 thousandths and I have 3 and 570 thousandths, 3 and 565 thousandths has to be between them. Yes?
Yes, I agree.
Oh, this next part, Miss Bowman, I think we might have to use a little part on our paper over here to do these, to compare them. What do you think?
No.
Or can we use our number line?
We're supposed to be using our, well, let's try our number line first. But you know what? I like the strategy if you're stuck to use some of your paper or use a piece of scrap paper, but I think we'll be okay. I think visually, maybe we'll be able to see it. If not, then we'll try.
Let's see. 3 and 5/10. 3 and 5/10. I said the same number 2 times. Equal. All right, let's go to the next one. Equal. I have 3 and 5/10 and 3 and 52 hundredths.
But the 3 holes are the same.
Right, the 3 holes are the same.
The 5/10 are the same.
Oh.
And this one has nothing or 0.
Oh.
This one has a 2.
Which one is going to be greater? Oh, which is greater, 0 or 2? I think that 3 and 52 hundredths is going to be greater.
They agreed. Just like that, they agreed.
They agreed?
Yeah,
Okay, let's look at the next one. I have 3.
But you could put remember that superhero? You could put him in real quick.
I could put 0
That will
hero
help
in.
visually.
Oh, you know what? I
can
can
put
put
him
0
in.
hero in.
You could put that. Yeah, and now they're the same.
Oh, look.
They both go to the
And I
hundreds.
got 3 and 3.
5 and 5.
8 and 0.
Nice.
Oh, I already know. 8's bigger than 0, so 3 and 58 hundredths is going to be greater than 3 and 5/10. Whew! Here we go. Next.
3 is the same. 3 holes is the same. Oh, wait a minute. We can put superhero before we start.
Oh, yeah,
I got carried
you.
away. Go by the steps.
I did a step. I put on superhero. Now I got 5/10 and 5/10. Oh. Then I have 5 hundredths and 6 hundredths.
So, by not getting carried away, because I got carried away too quick, I need to slow down a little bit. The hundredths place determines what my...
And I have 6 hundredths over here, so it's going to be 3 and 55 hundredths is less than 3 and 565 thousandths. So I can put my less than sign because I know in my head that alligator's eating that big number, even though Miss Bone said I can't use the alligator. All right, here we go. Oh, look. I have 3 decimal places here, and I only have 2. My hero, 0. All right, now, I've got 3s.
3 holes are the same.
5/10 is the same.
Ooh, but wait a minute.
Hundredths
The hundredths
is
is
not.
different. 6 or 8. Well,
I know. If my mom asked me, I'm gonna have $8 and $6, so I know that 8's bigger.
8's larger.
8's larger.
I agree.
Okay, so it's gonna be 3 and 565 thousandths is less than 3 and 58 hundredths. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Next one.
Last one. Yes.
Oh, but look, we only have 2 decimal places on that one, and the other one has 3.
But we're okay. But watch.
Okay,
Watch. We're
okay.
okay. The 3s are whole numbers, and they're the same. Then our tenths are 5.
Oh.
And our hundredths are different.
They're different.
Ooh.
Oh, look, I know. 2 is less than 6. So, I know that 3 and 52 hundredths is less than 3 and 565 thousandths. Whew! I think we did a good job on that. High five.